Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some brand new leaks and rumors about the upcoming MacBook Air that has been rumored for some months now. The last time Apple updated their MacBook Air line was 1 year ago in November of 2020 when they released their M1 chips. And today I got some brand new leaks and rumors about the upcoming M2 MacBook Air that have the M2 chip, a higher RAM, a better design, and overall a better display. So without further ado, let's get right into the new leaks and rumors. So let's go into the leaks and rumors about this. So Apple is apparently working on a thinner and lighter version of the MacBook Air, and something that's very sad about the design is that it will be removing the iconic flat edge design for a thin flat one, and that it won't be just like the MacBook Pros, which is pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure there are some people who are very sad that the old design is going away, since that MacBook Air design was very iconic since when Steve Jobs reviewed that in 2006. That has been going for more about 14 years, the design now, and so that's gonna be very sad. The watch chip design is actually pretty cool. I actually kind of like it, but I'm yet for that. I'm still really cool to see what it will have on the MacBook Air. You know, like on the flat design, that should look pretty cool too. But we'll just have to wait and see. Some people won't like it, some people will. I personally think it will be okay. I have seen a MacBook Air and the watch design does look pretty cool, but I think the flat one will look even cooler. And that would be pretty sad, but hey, it's not the end of the world. Some people will have to get used to it, but I think it's actually pretty cool. And as for the colors, there is rumored to be the exact same colors as the M1 iMac. So there'll be that. I think there's going to be silver, blue, light blue, dark blue, and there's going to be tons of other colors. I think there's 7 colors in total, so that those colors are rumored for this MacBook Air. So that's going to be pretty cool for those people who want to pop color, you know, like an orange, just a silver. I kind of more a space gray guy, kind of just like to keep it just toned down. But hopefully there's a space gray color, but I doubt it since they don't have that on the M1 iMac. So just have to wait and see. But it'll be pretty cool to see what Apple does with the colors this year. So it's pretty cool, but as you say, the design will be kind of sad to see it go. But I'm kind of excited to see the flat size, and just see what it has. So as for the chip model, Apple will likely go for the M2 chip variant, which is very likely since what else would they go? The M1 Pro and the M1 Max are reserved for their high-end, extremely high-end MacBook Pros and Macs, and like the iMac Pro that's coming out, which I'm gonna have a video coming up very soon. So I don't think this Mac will have the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. I'm pretty sure it'll just have the M2 chip, which is still very powerful, just like the M1. But this one will be extremely powerful, better than the M1 chip. And how will it be more powerful? Well, it will have the exact same CPU cores. Probably it will have the exact same core count. But even though it will be less power efficient, but it will have more powerful, and that could improve battery life for up to 3 hours. We'll have to wait and see. But it is what you can be sure is that M2 chip will be very powerful, but with the same amount of cores in it. So that there has been rumored of Apple bumping up the core count on CPU and GPU from 8 cores to 10 cores. I hope that could happen. That would be very cool. That does happen for the 8 to 10 cores. But we'll just have to wait and see what actually does happen, because that would be very sick if that could happen, because that's 2 more cores, and that would be 10 core CPU and 10 core GPU. Or they can just have the regular M2 chip with 8 GPU cores and 7 graphics cores, and then the next level M2 chip with 10 graphics cores and 10 CPU cores, just like they did last year with the M1 that they did with 8 graphics CPU and 7 graphics cores, and then you can do that. That'd be pretty cool, but we'll just have to wait and see. I kind of wish that there's 10 all across all models. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't think it will be the case. But even if this chip comes with the exact same amount of cores as the M1, it will be faster. Otherwise, it'll just be called the M1 again. So it'll just be faster as usual. Just expect that. But hopefully this will be more battery efficient, and I'll add 3 more hours if it can be more battery efficient, because that'll be pretty cool. 3 extra hours, which will extend the Mac to 18 hours of total with wireless web browsing, and 13 hours with video playback, which is pretty cool. 13 hours of video playback is great if you want to watch a movie, a long movie, you're in an airplane ride. That's going to be excellent for that. That'll be pretty cool. And there's going to be an improvement with the RAM also from a Mac 16 gigabytes of RAM that you could customize your Mac with. There will now be a 32 gigabyte RAM option, which is going to be pretty cool. Or people who just want a MacBook Air, but for like college, for that to have multiple apps open. And 16 gigabytes of RAM was already more than enough on the MacBook Air, but hey, more RAM the better. And there could be also a price increase with this MacBook. We're not really sure how much it will cost. Maybe like 10,000. Maybe not 10,000. Maybe around like 1,900, 1099, 1199. Hoping the price can stay at 1099. That'll be much better. 1199 probably. That'll be kind of sad if that does happen. I do not want that price, but 1099 would be ideal. We'll just have to wait and see. And we could also expect a notch coming with the MacBook Air. Probably not. Maybe not. There's been lots of debate. I'm honestly pretty sure that notch will come back. Notch City will be there. But maybe, hopefully, that there could be a notch. Apple could have the bezel a little bit thicker as to not give the notch to people. which I'm okay if there's a notch. It makes the design look a little bit cooler. But some people may not like it, and that's okay. But we'll just have to wait and see how that does do it. Because I kind of like the notch, but some people don't. Just have to wait and see. But the notch, either way, was still going to be pretty cool. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see. But, and also another rumor that is very cool too, kind of sad too, but I don't really care about it, is that Apple could bring back the MacBook name and remove the MacBook Air's name. So this will be pretty cool too, maybe, and so keep the MacBook Air the wedge shaped design, or just make two separate Macs, one with the MacBook Air name and one with the MacBook name. That'd be pretty cool, but we'll just have to wait and see. I honestly would think that would be extremely cool if Apple could bring back the MacBook name, because it's super iconic. But also the MacBook Air is also very iconic too, so kind of a struggle there. But I just doubted Apple will bring back the MacBook name, but there is a possibility. There's a possibility of that actually happening, but I really just doubt it, that probably won't happen. But hey, that'll be pretty cool. That can happen. I just don't think it will be the MacBook name. We'll just have to wait and see as always. But Apple might have something to share with us. As for the display, Apple will go with mini LED instead of OLED, since Apple does not manufacture any OLED displays, and they have to rely to other companies for their OLED displays. So they are kind of they just left Samsung displays, since their OLEDs aren't as bright as they wanted them to be. So they're gonna go with mini LED instead, which is still a pretty good move, because mini LED is almost as OLED without getting kind of expensive. So mini LED is actually a pretty cool choice to go with, but I kind of want OLED too. But there's also the burning problems with OLED, which is like when the screen goes kind of black at some points and then you lose pixels there. So that's a problem with OLED displays that not many phones have nowadays, but before it was an issue, now it's not. But still, that could be a possibility. So Apple is going to go with mini LED and with this MacBook Air, which is pretty cool. And their OLED displays will be available by Ross Young. Is that it'll probably be 2023 at the earliest. So don't expect any OLEDs on this MacBook, just mini LED. That would be really cool though, since it's still better than the LCD that we have on the MacBook Air. And the screen could be also improved. With mini LED, this will get 1000 nits of max brightness and 1600 nits sustained brightness, so that'll be pretty cool too. And maybe an 120 Hz display, that'll be pretty cool too. Maybe 90 Hz, well, that'll be pretty cool. No, we don't really know. I'm hoping Apple could go with the 120 Hz displays, and that'll be pretty cool too, since 120 Hz is better. And since if you're watching a video, editing a video, 120 Hz is excellent, or 90 Hz too. I don't really know, as long as it's not 60. But hey, either way, this is going to be a huge upgrade for the display for MacBook Air owners, since this will be mini LED and it's better than LCD. In case you didn't know, mini LED, what it does is to improve pitch black. So you have white, if you have just like black content, it'll just appear in the display. And it'll have darker blacks and brighter brights. If you have an HDR device like I do, and you go watch an HDR movie, you'll see that the brights get very bright, and so that's pretty cool. That's with HDR effect. So this will be actually pretty cool to see what does happen with the Mac. But let's just hope for the best. That'll be pretty cool too. But I kind of wish it'll be mini LED and 120 Hz, but if that doesn't happen, it's still fine either way. And there's also could be a notch too with 1080p webcam. I kind of wish it has Face ID. Probably not gonna have. I was probably gonna delay Face ID until they have an OLED display. But we'll just have to wait and see. And also, there's a rumor that this MacBook Air will have white bezels, and it's looking like it, just like the M1 iMac, which would be terrible. I hate white bezels. I don't like them. I like black bezels better. But we'll just wait and see. If Apple does go with the white bezels, well, it's gonna be very disappointing, since I do not like white bezels, and I think they distract way too much from the content. You're watching a video and it has black bars on it. You have to go to white bezels, it's kind of distracting way too much. And so I kind of want black bezels all around. But if they do go with white, it's a MacBook Air, it's not the MacBook Pro. For that, you can just go get a MacBook Pro. That is an extra $800 though. So kind of sad. I kind of wish they could go. Hopefully, there's no white bezels, just black. Maybe white bezels on specific models, but not on. Just don't do white bezels, please don't. And since there have been global chip shortages, Apple shipping timing was set from 2021. The release date of the MacBook Air has now been delayed. By a couple months. So they were planning on 2021, but since TSMC doesn't have any chips available that much, and there's a global chip shortage going around, Apple has to set their eyes on 2022, which is where they're going to release it on. So just expect this MacBook to come out in 2022, not 2021 as we expected it. So this I'm pretty sure they wanted to release their MacBook Pro and their MacBook Airs alongside each other, but that didn't really happen, and the Mac Mini didn't really happen either, since they don't have enough chips, and they want to focus only on the MacBook Pros. So that was kind of disappointing, but hey, this could actually happen in 2022. It'll be pretty cool. If Apple has even worse chip shortages, then they will be delayed all the way to the end of 2022, the second half of 2022. Apple right now is looking for the April event. Hopefully, let's just hope that they can have enough chips by then. If not, it'll be second half of 2022, which will be very sad. But I think it will be this MacBook Air will be extremely good for anything for video editing, live video for 4K, web browsing, photo editing. This thing will be really good. If it has like a display, it's gonna be great for editors and just producers who don't want to spend that much money on a MacBook Pro, even though they know it's greater performance. This is just a great performance. So hopefully, let's just hope Apple can make it by the April event or the spring event that they always really have. But I think the launch price of this could be $10.99, if not $11.99. So, but guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.